Syndrome, please welcome Matt Foster.
How many of you have taken a long nap, sleep, 10, 12 hours, crashed out completely after a long day, or maybe you're sick? How many of you have done that? Just slept 12, 14 hours? I don't know. When you wake up, what do you feel like? You feel like your mouth is just full of cotton and you can't move. You feel like, I have to take a shower, I got to brush my teeth, put in the mouthwash. Well, imagine going to sleep, hibernating, and waking up to find that you're covered with a fungus. And you can't get rid of this fungus. And it kills you. That's what's happening right now to millions of bats here in the United States. It's called white nose syndrome. It's named for the white fungus Geomyces destructus, and they named it after this. They had to come up with a name for this. That forms around the muzzles, ears, and the wing membranes of bats. This stuff grows on them while they're sleeping. It's a cold-loving fungus. It was first discovered here in Albany, New York, back in 2006. And since 2006, this fungus has spread, because bats like to bunch up together, has spread throughout the bat colonies on the eastern side of the United States and worked across, killing them. It's killed about 1 million so far. Currently affects about 6 different bats. There's a few others that are starting to get affected. Here's one, a big brown bat, kind of big. A little brown bat, cute little booger. Eastern small-footed myotis. The northern long-eared bat, laughing at my last speech. The Indiana bat. And here's what they look like bunched up together. You see they have little white noses, and this is where the name came from. The little fuzz around the nose. Now this fungus, they don't know, scientists don't know exactly what it is, where it came from. They think it came from Europe, because there's a fungus in Europe similar to this. And they're thinking that a European caver came over to New York to explore a cave and brought some of the fungus with him on his gear. And in Europe, the bats there have a resistance to this fungus. But here in America, never seen it before, so naturally, we have no resistance, and it's killing them. There's another close-up picture of one. There's where it affects the wing membranes. That's one of the things that really kills them. It just tears apart the wing membranes. Dehydrates the bats. It wakes them up. It's almost like you've had those nights of sleep where you wake up every hour. You look over the alarm clock and you see 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. This is what's happening to them. They're hibernating, and this stuff wakes them up. And they try to shake it off. They're awake now, so they go out to eat. But it's the dead of winter. And if any of you have been back east in the dead of winter, there's not a whole lot of flies or insects going around. So they're flying around looking for food. They can't find it. They look for water, but the water's not there either. It's all frozen. And they end up freezing to death and just dying outside of the cave or dying inside of the cave. So why should we care about it? 1 million bats that we've lost already. We're consuming 700 tons of insects every year. That's a lot of insects. Agriculturally, on average, and it goes up from $35 an acre to about $300 an acre. On average, about $74 an acre is what they save our agricultural system in pesticides. Okay, this is pure green stuff. This is nature. Talk about green products. This is green right here, pure. Instead of using pesticides, we have bats to eat the insects. And estimated total losses, if white nose syndrome eradicates all the bats in the United States, right there, $3.7 billion a year. Here's an example of what's happening here. This is Gillis Cave in Dorset, Vermont. This was taken back in 2009. This cave had a whole bunch, thousands. They actually estimated about 250,000 bats in this cave. And this is what they call Guano Hall. So it's right near the opening. This was taken back in 2009. A year later, there's about 100 bats. And then following year, nothing. Where'd they go? They fly away. They go to a different perch, different place, roost. No, they're on the ground. They're dead. There's nothing. We don't have a cure for this. And you're wondering, well, what's it have to do with us? What does it matter? that in just a second. But what we got here is the spread. It started up here in Albany, New York, and it spread north to Canada and down south, and it's even got as far as Oklahoma. And I don't know if you noticed, but we do have bats out here. They're helping keep the bug population down. What can you do to help? You can raise awareness. Tell your friends about this, white nose syndrome. Nobody's heard about it. I don't think any of you have heard about it. Anyone heard about this before? No. Okay, been around since 2006. Change your attitudes about bats. Okay, they are essential. They're not just Halloween decorations. They're not just the subject of horror movies. They're actually a vital part of our ecosystem. We need bats. Talk to your congressman, talk to the president, write letters to them, ask for funding. We need these bats. We need them to live. If they're gone, they're not going to come back. These bats live 20 to 30 years. They have maybe one pup a year. They're not going to come back. They're not like rats or other bugs that proliferate. These do not grow fast. They do not reproduce fast. And on the East Coast, they're just about gone. Okay? You could join or donate to Bat Conservation International. They're working hard to eradicate this, to make it out. The leaders are over there in Congress talking to the Congress all the time, spreading the word, trying to get the cure for this. Okay, so what does this mean to you? What does this mean to you? Why should we care about bats? Well, like I said before, it's pesticides. We all hate the pesticides in our foods. Bats are natural pesticide. What happens when they're gone? All of a sudden now, we're going to have to spend money. We have to spend money on pesticides. All those agriculture, all farmers got to spend money on that. What's that mean to you? That means instead of having free pesticides, we're going to have to start paying more money for food. It's going to come out of your wallet. There we go. We got money coming out of your wallet. A big part of our ecosystem that basically we don't see, but it's there, gone. And lots of bugs proliferating throughout the United States. It's your choice. What do you want to do? Thank you very much. Appreciate it.